dollars. Just imagine an American-based Christian organization planning the poison water supplies to bring the second coming quicker. Nigga, they ain't living proper.
Greetings, y'all. This is Antoine Ghost Mitchell coming back at you once again. And this time I wanted to hit y'all with a new piece that I wrote. I performed it last night at the Eclectic Truth Open Mic Poetry Reading, which we, as the Baton Rouge Poetry Alliance, we do every first Monday night at the M Bar from 7:30 to 10:30. I debuted it last night, and if you missed it, I want to share it to those that missed it. I think this is going to be one of my favorite pieces. It's about the whole debate over illegal immigration. And I think this is just a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to be honest with you. The very ones that's debating over who's illegal and protecting borders and stuff were the very ones that were illegal them damn selves. But anyway, so this is a new piece. It's still fresh, so you won't hear me stumble or whatever, but I wanted to share with you guys that keep up with my spoken word poetry as well as my art. So, this poem is called Homeland Security, an Illegal Immigration Love Story. Alright. Complacency is a disease, sweeping the truth underneath the same smallpox blankets used to subdue this country's indigenous natives. Sometimes I wonder, what if the so-called Native American had the same legislation in 1492 that we currently have today? And if there was a term such as illegal immigration, what would the faces of the illegals look like? The same faces of today who dictate border patrols with electrical fences of white supremacy. Critics of this hypothesis will be quick to say, it's not about race, but more about border protection. Well, who would be deported quicker? An illegal light-skinned Cuban or an illegal dark-skinned Haitian? But back to my scenario. Maybe the humble Taino should have arrested Christopher Columbus for trespassing with a manifest destiny full of European lust, which should make us wonder, is this debate over illegal immigration really about the protection of American borders? Or is it truly about protecting the capital of the crumbling white power structure? In this debate, I see nothing but hypocrisy from colonists passing off systematic genocide in the form of democracy. So how can this debate possibly be about protection of borders when those borders were placed by wars based on a colonizing philosophy? This is why Christopher Columbus statues and the 4th of July is nothing but a mockery to humble indigenous people of this land who couldn't stop the hand of genocide but the pale man upon the hell horse. I await neocons and Tea Party slaves to give me a crash course in terrorism. I'll give them a crash course in terrorism that mirrors the creation of the United States by United Snakes who stole land or were sold land at wholesale. United Snakes who raped indigenous Eves, producing seeds that are ancestors of those being shot while coming over borders that used to shoulder the indigenous. Should we really be surprised about the state of Arizona and its debate? When Arizona is carrying on the legacy of its Jefferson Davis Confederacy, those protesting with Jim Crow flags against the so-called illegal, those professing heroism combating terrorism with American KKK Confederate flags wrapped around the same nickel-plated nozzles used to take this land from the so-called Native American. But I can tell you about true border patrol. Enriquillo, commanding over 3,000 Taino against colonizing Spanish, the same Spanish who would use smallpox blankets and guns they created to make a race of people vanish. Yes, I do agree that this country has an overpopulation of illegal immigrants. These illegal immigrants have been breeding terrorists since before Al-Qaeda, arriving on 3 battleships filled with biological weapons in the form of quilts, the Nina the Pinta de Santa Maria, and the coming poisonous Mayflower, all should have been devoured in an acid storm called upon by an acid rain dance. Illegal immigration and the war on terror isn't anything new. The indigenous people, the so-called Native Americans, have been combating terrorism and illegal immigration since 1492. Thank you. One love. And if I offended anybody, then maybe you need to get your shit straight.
Turn their whole culture to a mockery. Give them Coca-Cola for their property. Give them gum, give them guns, get them young, give them fun. But if they ain't giving it up, then they ain't